When you work on used drums, you never really know what you're going to find. And this time, I got a surprise. Mold. So today, we're getting rid of mold inside a Tama bass drum. Hey guys, welcome back. In my last video, I restored this full vintage Tama kit. This drum is over 20 years old. So, like always, I started with a full disassembly to clean everything up. And that's when I found it. As soon as I threw away the blanket inside the bass drum, I saw something I had never seen before in a drum. Mold, deep in the wood, and heavily rusted screws. It really looked like this drum had been sitting in a damp basement for a long time. Now, I'm not a mold expert, but one thing I knew for sure, I didn't want mold spores floating around in the house, so everything moved outside. With some basic protective gear on, I started removing as much surface mold as possible. Normally I don't remove the lugs. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in this case it had to be done. And while I'm at it, might as well clean the hardware too. After doing some research, most of the info out there is about houses and lumber with mold problems. Not much about drums. I found that professionals often use a product called Concrobrium for mold on porous surfaces. So this was a bit of an experiment. Since I wanted to reuse the batter head, I treated it as well. Then I applied the product to the entire interior of the shell and let it dry. I also made sure to throw away anything contaminated, like the shop vac filter. Even after that, there were still some dark stains, so I went in with a light sanding, just to improve the look and hopefully remove another layer. Then I applied a second treatment. I did read that bleach can help, but only on non-porous surfaces. I used a small amount anyway, just to reduce the staining, not as primary treatment. Then one last pass of sanding. It's not perfect, but it's cleaner, it looks better, and most importantly, it's safer. To finish things off, I applied a coat of tung oil. This helps protect the wood, keeps moisture out, and makes it harder for mold to come back. I applied it with an old brush, but a rag or sponge would work too. And here's the final result. For a future project, I could remove the wrap and treat the outer shell. But in this case, the wrap underneath looked fine, so I left it as is. After cleaning all the hardware, it was time to reassemble everything. For the bass drum, I don't really tune to a specific pitch. I just tighten the batter head until the wrinkles are gone. Then I bring the resonant head slightly higher in tension. That gives me a nice low tone. I add some muffling inside with a fresh blanket. And on the front head, an old school, loosely installed felt strip. Just enough to control the overtones. If I ever resell this drum, I feel a lot better knowing it's clean and safe to play, especially for kids. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And until next time, happy drumming!